You would think that facing glaucoma would be easy, but what if I told you dry eyes come with glaucoma? Yes, that feeling you get, such as stinging, eye irritation, and burning. But with dry eyes, it can actually make your eyes worse and can make glaucoma even worse. So today, I just want to talk about how dry eyes can impact your eyes and some ways to really protect your eyes. So let's explain dry eyes in a way that you guys can really understand it. So think of a camera. A camera is clear when you take a picture because the lens is clear, it's not dirty. So your eye stays moisturized because it's lubricated through your film. So your eyes is just similar to the camera, and with the lubrication is like a lens cleaner. So you have this lens cleaner on your eyes, which is like the camera lens cleaner. So when the lens cleaner comes off or it gets dirty, that's where everything becomes blurry and you just cannot see. So that's how it relates to your eyes. When your eyes become not moisturized at all, it just becomes irritated, blurry, and it becomes harder to see. So it's very important to keep your eyes moisturized. And I really want to emphasize that. You have to keep your eyes moisturized, especially people with glaucoma, because when you have glaucoma, you are prescribed many drops, and these drops contain preservatives. Preservatives contain this ingredient called benzalkonium chloride, and this ingredient can dry out your eyes. So you want to make sure you moisturize your eyes with any lubricating eye drops that are preservative free. When you use all these preservative drops that come with glaucoma, they're going to dry out your eyes and they're going to lead to this dry eye sensation, irritation feeling. And you're going to probably wonder, how can dry eyes really make glaucoma worse? It's no big deal, right? But when your eye is not very lubricated enough and is not producing enough tear ducts or films, it makes these eye drops harder to absorb because you don't have any of the moisture or that lubrication or that tears to absorb the eye drops because of how dry it is. So it's important to make sure your eyes stay moisturized. That's why a lot of doctors emphasize to keep your eyes moisturized by using lubricating eye drops, especially preservative free. And you're probably wondering, what is preservative free eye drops? Those kind of eye drops come in vials. They don't come in an actual bottle. Vials that you can break the little tip off. I would show you, but I have one in my house that I use almost, I would say, 4 to 5, 6 times a day just because of how dry my eyes gets. Would I say I do it frequently? I would say yes and no. Some days I do forget, and some days I do remember. And you do notice when your eyes become dry and how it can affect your vision. And you'll know how much you'll need it based on the weather as well and how you feel during that day. Because if it's a windy day and the weather gets super cold, you would really want to moisturize your eyes. You don't want to have super dry eyes. So you'll start using lubricating eye drops. And that's how important your eyes are and managing dry eye is. You want to make sure your eyes don't stay dry too much so that you can absorb these medicated eye drops. And when you're absorbing these medicated eye drops, they start to work better and you won't have to go on so many medications. I'm not saying that you won't get off them completely, but they'll just slightly work better because of how less dry your eyes are. So it's important to make sure your eyes stay hydrated and moisturized all the times. And some other ways to make sure your eyes stay moisturized, even at home. So if you don't have any tear drops or lubricating drops at home, some ways to make sure your house or bedroom can even stay moisturized is having a humidifier. You can sleep with a humidifier in your room. A humidifier will keep the room humid and make sure your eyes are still producing that tears and lubrication around your eyes. Firstly, for me, I don't sleep with a humidifier, but I can tell when I do wake up, I have dry eyes because I don't know if it's for you all, but for me, when I sleep, my eye doesn't completely close. It has a little bit openness so some air can get in. I used to really like to sleep with the fan on. Some days I don't sleep with the fan on because it can dry my eyes out. So it's important to make sure your eyes stay moisturized. So that's just one alternative is having a humidifier in your room. Another alternative is going to be cutting back on caffeine. And you're probably going to be, oh no, I like my coffee. I do too. Trust me, I love coffee. I love drinking black coffee as well. And you're going to wonder why cutting out caffeine could help keep your eyes moisturized. We all know that caffeine can help us focus and cause eye pressure raise as well, but caffeine can also dry out our eyes because it is a known diuretic and it can dehydrate us, which also causes us to go to the bathroom very frequently, which is why you have to hydrate a lot if you do drink caffeine or coffee. So I'm not saying cut out coffee completely or cut out caffeine completely, but you got to make sure you stay hydrated because caffeines are known as diuretics. So they're going to dry out your body and you're not going to have as much liquid in you and you're going to very be dehydrated. So just stay hydrated all the time if you do choose to drink caffeine. So it's important to make sure your body stays hydrated and moisturize your eyes if you do choose that route to maintain caffeine in your body. So if you don't want to cut caffeine out, but that's just an alternative. If you want to make sure your eyes are not dry, you can cut out caffeine. And if you do notice a difference, let me know down in the comments below. So if you did find this video helpful about dry eyes and how they can impact glaucoma, let me know in the comments down below because I really want to help you guys preserve your eyes and make sure that eye health stays as an important topic because I know that glaucoma is one of those vision stealers or silent thief of night or silent thief of eyes. So please let me know that if you find these videos helpful, just drop them down in the comments below or subscribe because I want to really educate you guys on eye health and how important glaucoma is because I don't want everybody to go blind and especially don't want one person to go blind. So if one person found this video helpful, that's all that matters to me. So thank you guys and I appreciate it.